So today we begin Season 3 of our Building a Nation save with Grasshoppers in Switzerland. Last season, if you missed it, we managed to win the Swiss Super League. I don't really know how we managed to do it because I don't think we have a particularly great team at the moment. However, over the summer we have done some investing and there's been some issues when it comes to registering players. We'll come to that in a minute. We are also in the Champions League this season. We have to play Ludogorets in today's episode. We also have Basel in between the two Ludogorets games, which we won't show on camera, but hopefully we should do alright in that one. We are 2 qualifying rounds away from the actual Champions League proper. We've already played HJK of Finland, beating them, getting through to the Ludogorets game. Let's take a look then at transfers. This is going to be a long episode. Before the season even technically finished, we brought in Nice Hefty. We obviously had him on loan, playing 23, 22 games, something along those lines, joining on a permanent deal. We signed and then sold Sarpreet Singh from Bayern, sold him back to Germany to KSC, who are Kirschula. I don't know their name. The reason why we've sold him is because we couldn't register him, because you need a certain amount of Swiss players, and we don't have them. Tom van der Looy is next through the door on a free transfer signed from Brescia, a very good central midfielder who might be registered, might not be registered, I'm not quite sure. He's 24 years of age, so we could keep hold of him, loan him out, maybe something along those lines. One for the future is Luis Semedo, signed from Benfica, immediately going out on loan back to Portugal. I think it's Portugal, only 19 years of age. I think Semedo could be good. Did we need a new number 1 goalkeeper? No, we didn't. Did we buy one anyway? Yes. Jamie Cumming, signed from Chelsea, played some games, a lot of games actually, for MK Dons in the 21-22 season. Cumming is a very good goalkeeper, but I think Gelmy's better. You make up your own mind there. Somebody who I think is going to be very, very good for us after a couple of seasons, needs a bit of work, but he's got the potential there. Antoine Bernard could be his name. Bernard. Could just be Bernard. Signed from RB Salzburg, formerly of PSG as well. Free transfer, nothing at all to this one. 24 years of age, central midfielder, apparently can play as a striker. He's got 7 finishing, can't play there. Another young French player this time is Arthur Zagre, signed from FC Utrecht, played for Dijon, Monaco and PSG as well. Actually played an actual game, a league game for PSG a few seasons ago. Annoyingly, he's out for 5 weeks to 2 months with a torn back muscle. He's yet to play for us, he did that in pre-season. Toffel Montiel is next up, signed from Fiorentina, a free transfer. I think we could have ourselves a very good footballer here. Only 23, will be 24, way towards the end of the season. Montiel, I think, is going to be very, very helpful for us in the next few seasons. Michael Vlap is a player who should be good enough for us now. The problem is, we do have Hamza Rafia still. Vlap, 26 years of age, Dutch central midfielder, attacking midfielder, potentially can play on the left-hand side, potentially can play as a striker. He's got some very good numbers, lots of 12s and 13s and 14s. Bump them up by 2 or 3, and he looks like a superb footballer. And then this is when I realised we don't have enough Swiss players, so we kind of threw some money to try and bring some into the club. Bastian Thoma has signed from Genk for £4 million. It is too much money, but we need Swiss players. We literally did not have enough players in our squad because we didn't have enough Swiss people. So Thoma has joined. He's gonna play. I think he's good. I think it's not the worst transfer we've done. That might be this one. Noah Loosely. Yes, we've brought him back. We sold him to Lugano last season for £58,000. We brought him back for £66,000. I don't expect he's going to play, but he's registered. He's Swiss. That's the whole reason why we've brought him back to the club. We need Swiss players. And then leaving the club, there have been some fairly sizable transfers. I say fairly sizable. Thomas Ribeiro has moved over to South Korea for £5 million. That's pretty much it. That's the big one. Didn't really want to do this, but when they came in for £5 million, I couldn't really turn it down. We've also lost Sarpreet Singh, as I mentioned, Junior Diamande as well, going to Lugano, keeping him in Switzerland, which was a key thing for this. Moreira leaving, going back to Portugal. Finneson going back to Germany. Seko going to Japan. Luro going back to Brazil. Dantas going to Portugal, I think they're a Portuguese side. And then a whole bunch of players leaving on freeze. And then the big deal of loans. Diop, Semedo, Nig, Diagi, Elterman, Zilman, and Bengi and Shala all going out to various teams on loan. We are still in August. The transfer window is still open. Financially, we haven't got the money. I'm only going to be bringing in Swiss players and maybe loaning people out. Now, for a Building a Nation save, this season is pivotal. This is a massive, massive season. Back in 2018-2019, Switzerland in Europe did pretty poorly. A 3.9. That is not very good at all. However, we're already on a 2.1 for this season, so we just need to get a 1.8 from all of the teams in Switzerland currently playing in Europe, and we are already going to be doing as well as the season we are losing. This could be a season. If we do another 10, we are going to go up 6 points. 6 points on last season, which is massive, absolutely massive. So we need to make sure we can do that. We can fly high up into the coefficients, get a lot more teams playing in Europe next season, and ultimately, more money. And finally, before we play our first match of the episode, away from home against Ludogorets, this is what we've done so far in the season. 2 draws, 2 wins. We've beaten HJK and drawn against HJK as well. It wasn't the easiest, but we are still doing alright. Let's play Ludogorets, and then Basel, and then Ludogorets again. So with all of those new signings that we've just mentioned, only one of them starts in this match. It is going to be Bastian Thoma in the centre of midfield, alongside Christian Herc. Everyone else was here last season. Before kickoff as well, they did say that we are not the favourites. Ludogorets are the clear favourites, so we might be able to pick up a bit of an upset here. Away from home, a draw I will be happy with. Herc with the ball forward, finds Han. He is our top goal scorer so far this season, and a cheeky little dink, and it is 1-0, his 4th of the season. Let's end the match now. Let's pick up the coefficients and go into the second leg, please. I don't think that's how football works. 20 minutes on the clock. Hamza Rafia with it on the left. Crosses it in. Kai Sippot is there. And Kai Sippot has made it 2-0. We're just going to rip these a new one, aren't we? We are going to destroy Ludogorets. I'm not going to lie. I am completely oblivious to what other teams from Switzerland are doing in Europe at the moment. I have no idea where teams like Basel, St. Gallen are, things like that. I think Basel might have got knocked out of the Champions League, but they should still be in the Europa League qualifiers. So they should, hopefully, get into the Europa League proper. Figueiredo leaves that for Gelmi. Schmid's going to get on the end of that. That is lovely. Now finds Sene. Hands in the middle. Sene going to go it alone. He does go it alone. Probably should have passed it across the front of the goal and made it 3. Well, half-time, we are 2-0 up, and looking at the match stats, we're just better. We're just the better team so far for some reason. I don't know how. We're not much better. Arguably, we're not better than Ludogorets, but we are winning the game 2-0. Keep it up. I have just seen as well that Ludogorets are playing one of my favourite footballers ever in the shape of Maya Yoshida. So, I mean, it's disappointing that we're going to score a couple of goals against Yoshida, but I'm happy he's there. Not a lot going on in the second half. I mean, we've just flown through to the 67th minute. Here is Maya Yoshida with a yellow card. If we can nick this, potentially a counter-attack could be on. Or maybe Ludogorets could get themselves a goal back. Do away goals count? Are they a thing in the qualifiers? I should know this. It's a competition that I'm definitely in. And that should have been a goal. It is a goal. Despotov is the man to put the ball away. We've got 23 minutes left to hold on to this lead. We are going to do a couple of changes. In fact, we're going to do 3 changes. Hefty, Montiel and Vlap are coming on. Rafia, Schmid and Sippot are the players leaving the field. I'm hoping just a fresh stats. I mean, how? So we've only done one of the subs. We did a sub and then the injury. How did that even happen? What did you do? You've got a groin injury. Right, so what are we going to do here then? Schmid, do you move into midfield? And then we still do the Hefty and we still do the Montiel substitutions? Is that what we go with? And then swap you two around. Sure, I'd rather have Schmid as a ball winner and then Thoma as the box-to-box, because Thoma's just a better footballer. Final 5 minutes of the game. We're not going to get on the end of that one. It's cleared by Ludogorets, and a flicked head forward, intercepted though by Nasberg. Sene, ball forward, goes nowhere near any of our players, and I feel like this could be a late equaliser. Why are we just letting him... Why? Why did we let him do that? Why did he miss? I'm pretty glad he did miss, because that was the last chance of the game. Ludogorets suddenly came back into this game towards the end of the, well, I say towards the end. In the second half, they were a much better team, but we held on. We pick up the victory and we pick up the coefficient points. So, for the second leg, we have gone for just 1 change in the shape of Montiel coming in for Rafia. I say 1, 2 changes. We had an injury as well. In between the Ludogorets matches as well, we did play Basel in the league. It was a 2-2 draw, which is kind of not a terrible result. It's what you'd expect. We are playing Bernard and Thoma in the middle of midfield because of the injury to Herc picked up in the last match. Ludogorets then with a goal kick. and they've passed it straight to Montiel, who's not quite awake enough, and Sipot's effort goes just wide. Montiel really should have done something himself there. Another thing I noticed as well in between the episodes, Basel are still in the Champions League, and they beat Karabag, I think, 2-0. So, Basel are helping out the Swiss, the Swiss journey for this whole building a nation thing by picking up coefficient points there, which is good. If they can keep getting into the Champions League, and we also need to get into the Champions League, ideally, guys, then things are going to look very good. Financially this season could be very good. It could be good coefficient-wise as well. Ludogorets are coming forward and putting a lot of pressure on us at the moment. Corley with a corner towards the middle. Ludovico Gelmi can hold on to that one. One-handed, apparently. That was a bit odd. Do we possibly need to look at changing the formation to go defensive? It's not going to be the most entertaining of football, but it might be what we need to do to just make sure that we don't lose the game. Aragoni to Figueiredo. Plays it forward and all the way back to Gelmi. Now Nasberg, who annoyingly, Nasberg, isn't registered for the league because he's not Swiss. It's frustrating, and it takes 10 years for people to become Swiss. So he's not going to ever become Swiss, is he? Let's be honest. It's Sergio Pad's big kick upfield. Figueiredo collects. Now Toma. Back to Figueiredo. On the right is an option. Goes backwards instead. We're trying to pass our way through. I think this could be the opening goal of the game. And I don't like the fact that it's still deep in our half at the moment. Toma and Figueiredo passing right-hand side. It's a great ball to find Aragoni with loads and loads of space. Missed a lot of last season due to an injury, and Hans' effort is saved by Sergio Pat, the Dutch goalkeeper formerly of FC Groningen. It is a corner for Montiel, left-footed towards the middle, doesn't manage to find a blue and white shirt. Are we going to see a bit more of this highlight? Montiel has the ball again, crosses it in. Sene's there at the back post. It's offside. Montiel, what a clown. And at half-time, it stays 0-0. We have sort of come back into this, but let's be honest, both teams not doing particularly great. That also was not a very good team talk. Let's try and fire some people up. That also kind of worked. We are going to take Toma off, and what do we do here? I mean, I think we do this, you know. I think we do that. So, Bernard is going to move in to be the ball in the midfield. Hamza Rafia is going to come on as the box-to-box. Which means Montiel is going to keep his place as the attacking midfielder in the middle, which potentially might be part of our downfall. Maybe he's not good enough to play that role. He is on a 6.3 now. He might be proving my point. 20 minutes left to play, and it was some strange defending, or not even defending, possession play by Ludogorets. Sipot down to Han. Han's effort finds the bottom corner, but Han is offside, so it's not going to count. It's going to stay 0-0. I mean, we were all offside, weren't we? Right, we've got a highlight just about to start, but we are going to do some changes. Pusic is going to come on. We're also going to do El Jazawi, who I think you might remember him from a couple of seasons ago. Played a fair amount of football for us, I think. Han's got the ball, long-range effort. Oh my word, what a finish that is. Han Kwang Song has got his 6th goal of the season. You're not offside again, fella. You're miles off. He needs to learn the offside rule. Coming forward again with the ball. Rafia's picked up a yellow card and he's only been on the pitch since half-time. It is this man's name, controls the ball. Ma Yoshida passes it straight to Han. El Jazawi through ball to Han. Han has the pace, and this time Han has the ball in the back of the net, and it is going to count. He's put the ball in there 3 times, and only one of them is actually going to count because the other 2 he was weeks offside. Ludogorets coming back with the ball. Tek Petty on the right, crosses it in. Despodov's headed effort straight into the hands of Ludovico Gelmi. So this is a highlight. I'm looking at the fitness currently. Aragoni looks like he might need to come off. Bernard also might need to come off. It's a terrible clearance from us as well. Yankov to Tisseresa, could be his name. Tek Petty's in on goal. Straight into the hand of Ludovico Gelmi again. Now Corley with a free kick almost into the final 10. It's a cracking headed effort from Tissera, but it goes over the bar. We are going to do a time-wasting change that we also need to do because of fitness. And I don't know what we do here. Right, we'll do Hefty coming. I've done all my subs. I forgot I did Montiel at half-time. We've done all our subs. Well, we just have to deal with poor fitness and poor performance for the final 10 minutes or so of the game. Tek Petty again with the ball on the right-hand side. Tries to pass it backwards and find Yankov. 2 blue and white shirts in front of him. Goncalves. Tek Petty manages to spin past his man. Crosses in. Tissera's there. And Matthias Tissera makes it 1-1. I mean, you could see it coming. You could definitely see that goal coming. We just need to not concede another one. And this is a potential worry, or a potential good thing, you know. Could be a good thing. Let's keep the faith. Glass half full and all that jazz. Figueiredo, Nasberg. Figueiredo gets it again. Now Hamza Rafia back to the Portuguese centre-back. Long ball finds Pusic. First time pass. El Jazawi. Forward finds hand. Bernard. Oh my word, why is Bernard there? Why is Bernard there? And how has he missed that? Bernard is the ball-winning midfielder right now. I don't know why he was even in that position. The full-time whistle goes. It's a 1-1 draw. We go through, and again, Ludogorets seem to be the better side. If Han could learn the offside trap, we would have won that one 3-1. And I think because we have won that game, we know who we're going to be playing. Figueiredo is out injured. Not ideal. We've picked up money, a bit more money, and we are playing AIK from Sweden. I don't know whether they're particularly great. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's take a look at, actually, let's sort by starting 11. Let's take a look at, it's Sebastian Larsen. He's 38, guys. He's 38. He's actually older than me in real life. That's insane. Stefanelli is probably one of their better players, and he's not amazing, is he? He's good. By no means is he poor at football, but he's not great either. And they've also got Papagiannopoulos, that could be his name. He's not bad, but he's 32. I say, but he's 32. He's all right. I think this is a fairly even tie, which means I think we have ourselves a chance to get into the Champions League group stages. But we are going to do it without Hamza Rafia, which is a bit annoying. It's fine. It's fine. We've got Vlap. So this is where we sit. The Champions Path playoff. If we win, we go through. If we lose, we go into the Europa League. So we are in Europe regardless, and so are Basel. That's pretty big. If we drop down to the Europa League, do we have anybody in there still? It doesn't look like it. Or does it? Maybe it does. I can't see any Switzerland flags there, so I don't think we've got anyone in the Europa League. What about the Europa League 2? I need to work out. There's so many rounds. St. Gallen are down there at the bottom, beating Vikingur 3-0. I've just seen as well Young Boys losing 3-2 against Derry in the fourth qualifying round. This is just too many teams, guys. So I think it's safe to say that we are going to have at least 2 teams in European football, in group stage football, which means we're going to have at least 12 more matches to play of European football. Actually, that's not even right. We've actually got at least 16 more matches to play, so we've got 2. Then Basel also have themselves 2. But there's a lot more European football to come, and we are currently on a 3.0. It means right now we are going to be moving up to 12th, and we still have a lot more football to play this season. Thank you very much for watching episode 1 of season 3. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with the AIK games and maybe some more transfers. Probably not some more transfers. Thanks for watching.